Sweetopie relies on fan support from people like you. If you enjoy my stories and have the generosity to do so, please consider supporting me monthly on Patreon. Alternatively, you can tip me on coffee for a single tip of $3. You would really help me and the channel out, since we all know bills need to be paid. Thank you for your consideration. Also, please remember to like the video, comment something down below, and share the video around, as that improves my standing in the YouTube algorithm. And now, please, enjoy the show. Sir, please, I need help. Amir scratched the back of his head. It was early in the morning when you barged into his office, in tears. You were on all fours, begging the man for help. Honestly, he was a bit confused. Why him of all people? The two of you had a professional relationship. Not that he would be interested in anything more than that. After all, he was married and had a beautiful stepdaughter. The man narrowed his eyes. I need to hear the story one more time. This is a very strange request. You swallowed a sigh and once again explained. I have been paying food money to my mom ever since I turned 18. Under the threat that I'll be kicked out if I don't. Amir nodded. Well, I was able to pay it thanks to my job here, but the deal with your mom was clear. You pay her $150 every month to pay for food and gasoline and electricity. However, since you turned 21, she had decided to upgrade from food money to flat-out rent. While she had promised you to just increase it by $50, last week, she actually looked up how expensive your rent should be. And as a woman her age, she just clicked the first link that said how expensive is rent in the city. In other words, she now wanted you to pay her rent, plus the already existing food money. After hearing that, you just left. Dismantled your computer and put it into the trunk of your ATV, packed some clothes, and then you just drove off, never looking back. You have been sleeping outside in a little tent for a few days now, somewhere close to the Pizzaplex. But, according to the radio, there was a storm warning, and you really didn't want to camp during a cold autumn shower. Amir put both hands on his forehead and thought. The man was a migrant from Turkey. He knew how it felt leaving your home. While your situation was less extreme than his, he had sympathy. That's why you sought him out after all. If Amir said no, maybe with enough begging power and opening a few buttons on your shirt, you could convince day shift guard Brian to let you crash at his place for a few weeks. But that was your second option. I make you an offer. I'm sure it would be illegal for me to house you here. However, what I can do is change the schedule up a bit. Amir pulled out a sheet with names and numbers. I can give you 2 weeks of night shift in a row. He scribbled a few things on the paper. This will give the other night guard a mini vacation. They will most definitely like that. After he was done scribbling, he looked back up. I will also allow you to pitch your tent on our property. The Pizzaplex is walled off after all. It's a little safer. But in return, you will not get a single cent overtime over the next couple of weeks. You said you only have a computer and some clothes with you? I'll let you store them in parts and services. Just mark their boxes with not Fazbear property, so we won't use them accidentally in animatronic repairs. Should it rain outside, sleep somewhere inside the building. I'll make sure the other guard knows of your situation. But please, don't make this permanent. Also, unless you're on shift, I will revoke your employee discount. You gulped. You wondered when Amir would consider this permanent and then kick you out too. In truth, the man only allowed it knowing full well you'd most definitely spend more of your salary on Fazbear products, simply due to you living essentially right there. And it was actually giving him an idea that he'd be presenting to the higher-ups later. It was a brilliant idea. Should save a lot of money. Happily whistling, you walk through Rockstar Row. After some additional bargaining with Amir, you haggled him down to letting you just straight up sleep in parts and services. Since Brian, the day shift guard, had put an air mattress there free for employee use a few months ago. It still was a really sensitive reality, and quite frankly, you weren't fully sure about your future. But at least you had a roof over your head. As much pizza as you could afford with your measly pay, and on top of that, you slept in a giant entertainment megaplex. A child's dream. Or, well, a child's dream within an adult nightmare. You had chosen a very specific patrol route for the Pizzaplex. You haven't had a shower in days. So you would start in Rockstar Row, then take your 5-minute break in Roxy Raceway, finishing in the newly constructed swimming pool area in the basement. Simply because of the showers there. Outside the Pizzaplex, the storm was fast approaching, and you could already hear thunders in the distance. They were still quiet though, so you weren't scared. But you were still glad that your ATV was safely parked in the loading area. Rockstar Row laid quiet. Interestingly enough. Sure, Chica was tuning her guitar and more or less rocking her heart out, but Roxy was quietly styling her synthetic hair in front of her mirror, and Freddy was sleeping in his charging station. Monty, on the other hand, wasn't here at all. That wasn't too strange. The robots became quite restless as night, probably due to the missing children, and turned off music. Maybe he was at Gator Golf calibrating his swings. You'd go to Gator Golf on your second patrol for the night, so you skipped on that for now. Eventually you arrived in Roxy Raceway. The air smelled like old rubber tires and was a little stale. So using an employee terminal, you slightly increased the power of the vents to freshen up the area. Then you sat down at the Raceway Diner. As you rested, your thoughts moved over to the showers. In your rage, you forgot to pack your swimsuit. So the pools were really out of the question. Soon you made your way to the Monty-themed pool area in the basement. Gator Swarms. A really beautifully designed water park area. It had 3 slides, a kiddie pool, a wave pool, and a large adventure pool with loads of child-friendly playground toys, like a play fortress that had water guns mounted on it. It all was decorated to look like a typical Louisiana bayou. Hell, the swimming wheels were designed to look like little hovercrafts too. It was adorable. However, once you exited the lift, your eyes fell onto a certain animatronic. Montgomery Gator. The robot was sitting in front of the closed door to Gator Swarm, mumbling to himself. Monty? Your perplexed shout made him turn to you.
Night Guard. Finally, I was waiting for you.
You blinked. Waiting?
I need access to my swamp.
He slapped his chest proudly. Monty and Roxanne had been equipped with a completely new endoskeleton that could survive being fully submerged in water, so they could participate in pool activities. It's closing time. You're not supposed to be here. He growled.
I don't care. It's my swamp, and I want to be in my swamp. I'm a gator, for Afton's sake.
You sighed. He crossed his arms like a pouting toddler. If I let you in, will you allow me to take a quick shower? Monty tilted his head.
Huh? Didn't realize you were allowed to do that.
You sighed. He was one to talk. I'm not technically, but I live here for now, and I need a shower.
Activating sense sensors.
You took a step back. Oh, no. You're not gonna do that. His faceplate shifted into a devious smile. You turned to run back to the elevator.
Oh no, you won't.
He shouted.
Rock and roll!
You didn't get far. Having just taken only a few steps until a heavy arm grabbed you by your shoulder. Brutally, Monty shoved you into him, and you took a deep drag of your smell. It was weird. It made you blush incredibly hard. You closed your eyes. I feel violated.
I can certainly confirm you need a bath.
Oh, do you? He took a step back, raising his hands in defense like he didn't just assault you. You sighed. Ugh, whatever. Just step aside, robot. Using your security guard card, you unlocked the Gator Swamp entrance. Taking a few steps inside, you turned around. Well, are you coming or not?
Do you want to take a dip with me?
You blinked.
I'm not allowed to enter pool areas when there are no people, so I was hoping you'd accompany me.
What if I say no? He shrugged, and after a minute of thought, snapped his fingers.
Longingly look at the pool.
That sure was sad. Yeah. Sure, I'll take a dip with you, you muttered. Then you let the excited Gator run past you, while you walked over to the changing rooms. As you took off your uniform in the tiny changing cubicle, you remembered something entirely important. No swimsuit. You gritted your teeth, closed your eyes, and mentally prepared yourself. You quietly entered the shower room and turned on one of them, letting the water cascade down your body. Maybe Monty wouldn't realize you bolted after you were clean and just think you took a long shower. The water felt nice, though. However, the relief from the water didn't last long. With a loud bang akin to an explosion, there was suddenly pure darkness, and you squeaked in pure fear. The lightning must have hit the power station or something. There was a pure blackout. A lightning must have hit a power station or something. A pure blackout. You are now drenched in darkness. Trying to remain calm, you closed your eyes, desperately trying to remember the layout. As you slowly crept forward, a loud banging noise once again made your heart skip a beat.
Night Guard, are you alright? I heard you scream, and everything is dark now. Did you do that?
Oh God, no. You really didn't want the Gator to see you unclothed like this. No, of course I didn't do this! Also, I'm fine, you shouted in the direction of the voice. Just give me a second to orientate myself. Once again, you felt around the room. However, when your feet landed on something gooey, you knew it was already too late. A single lost bar of icky soap you hadn't even noticed up until this point made your leg painfully shoot upwards. One more scream left your lips before your body landed on the wet floor, hard and with a gross oomph in the back of your head. You regained conscious sometime later. You were on a hard surface, but it was mostly dry. The feeling of something soft was on top of you. Oh no. Someone has found you. You opened one eye. Next to you sat Monty. The two of you were on a bench next to the turned-off wave pool. You also noticed that the electricity was back on. A towel lied on top of you. It had a picture of Monty on it. Kinda cute. But you worried about the price. After your skin had touched it, you definitely needed to pay for it. Monty was looking at the pool longingly. Monty, you croaked. His head turned to face you.
Night guard, you're finally awake.
You blinked. Yeah? I think? Yeah, sure. I'm awake.
Your vital signs are normal. Or at least normal enough for a person who was knocked out for like 10 minutes.
You sighed.
Why are you naked, by the way?
You blushed hard.
I thought you were supposed to change, then go into the shower. So, put your swimsuit on, and then get wet.
Your lips quivered. I got kicked out of my home. Amir said I can sleep here for a few weeks. It's just, my swimsuit is still at home. And Monty jumped up on his feet.
Wait, you live here now?
You opened your mouth, but you already jumped.
That makes us roommates.
I'm going to sleep in parts and services.
That makes us housemates.
You deadpanned.
Oh, I need to tell the others.
Before Monty could storm off, you grabbed his hand. It was firm and strong, and completely made out of plastic. No, I don't want any unneeded attention. Please. He scratched his head.
I mean, I already saw you naked.
You blushed hard. Yes, you saw me naked. That's enough unneeded attention. Please. Finally, you understood.
You know we're machines, right? We don't have anything that could get aroused. We simply don't care. It's not like we can look it away, if you get what I mean.
Sighing, you focused your gaze somewhere behind him. You guys are more human than you think. The gator crossed his arms.
To me, that was a great compliment, actually.
You forced a smile.
I mean it. Sure, we malfunction on occasion. And there's certain limiters.
He growled and stomped his foot on the ground.
Like me being physically unable to enter the pool area, my swamp, without someone present. But, we try. We try really hard to give an authentic experience to the customers.
He returned to the position next to you.
I was worried. When I saw you lying there, it didn't even occur to me that you were in a state of undress. Until I put that towel on you, of course.
You sat up, clutching the towel to your chest with one hand, and with the other, you gently pet the gator's snout. That's really kind of you. He shrugged and made a noise of discomfort.
I'm not cute.
You didn't call him cute.
I'm a vicious predator of the swamp.
Sure, you are. Leaning forward, you gently kissed the animatronic's cheek. For a moment, he was quiet, seemingly enjoying your hot lips against his plastic shell. But then, his jaw dropped. Monty? You said as you retreated, scared that you might have broken him. But embarrassed, he just used his hands to forcefully shut his jaw.
I'm sorry. It's just, surprised.
I'd say shy is a better word. He got on his feet.
I'm not shy. Anyways, I really want to swim now.
He said hectically. Well, go ahead.
Someone needs to be in the pool with me. As I said.
You blushed uncomfortably, really wishing you had a swimsuit. But then you closed your eyes, preparing yourself for some skinny dipping. Fine.